Well, Gaffer, first of all, the news is that John Marquis's red card hasn't been overturned. How disappointing is that for you and the player?
I think it's disappointing for everybody associated with the football club. We thought we had grounds for an appeal. Unfortunately, they were unsuccessful. We accept that. We're disappointed by that. And we all know that Johnny Marquis to Portsmouth Football Club is irreplaceable. But this is the situation, this is the circumstances, and we have to find the very best way moving forward. Had a good conversation with John yesterday. He's naturally disappointed because he's so keen and infused to help the team. But this is where it's at. I think the positive is that we now have some time on the training ground to work with him, to try to connect him with the team, and to connect him to our ideas and way of working. And when he does come back, we'll have 7 games left of the season, and he'll be fully revitalised and fully energised to finish the season strong. Yeah,
and I suppose you have at least one extra option there with Ronan Curtis coming back from international duty.
Yeah, I think we have some different options in the 9 position. It's never easy when you lose your 3 number 9s. But that's the situation in front of us, and I actually see it as a really exciting challenge to be able to try to find a way of playing to overcome the issue that we have in that position. And like I said, there are many different things that we can do in terms of playing personnel in that position, and there are tweaks we can make to the way we play without changing our principles to still be able to perform well and to win football matches.
Do you look at potentially Alfie Stanley as well? I know that you've had him and a few of the other youngsters like Suk-Jae Lee and Harry Kavanagh in training this week.
Yeah, we've had a lot of young players training with us. So the 3 that you've mentioned, Hadji obviously is a young player that we see huge potential in. Charlie Bell, Brooksy, Harvey Rue, that have all trained with us at some point, and it's been great for us to get to know them and as players and to look at them close up and find ways that we can help them, in terms of their development and improvement. Alfie loves to score goals. I said to him last Friday, how many goals you scored this week? And he didn't know. And I said to him, come on, you're number 9. You're judged on goals. You must always count your goals wherever you score them, in games or in training. And I said to him on Monday after training, because he trained well and he'd hit the back of the net consistently, I said to him, how many goals you scored today? He said 7. And I like that. And do you know what? I see real energy and enthusiasm about him. It's very early for him. He's still in a development phase, but I certainly like the qualities that I've seen. I like his energy and I like his enthusiasm. And for sure, he's a potential option for Friday's game.
When people talk about Rochdale, they tend to mention playing out from the back and possession. Do you almost have to sort of set your game plan around that and maybe tweak how you play because of that?
I think for us, the game idea never changes. The principles and the concepts never change. You play the opponent. You always respect the opponent. You go after certain principles against certain opponents that you think are going to be really important. And all you're really doing with the players in the lead up to games is putting those key concepts and key principles into the forefront of the players' minds. That's certainly what we aim to do. We've got real respect for Rochdale. You look at them in the last 2 performances. I think they beat Lincoln, and they are a minute away from beating Peterborough, who, Lincoln and Peterborough spent most of their time in the top 2 of our division this year. They, I think, will ask the most questions of us against the ball, certainly in our short time here at the football club. They've got some really nice patterns. They like to play with a back 3 and the 1, and they like to have the 6 in the attacking line. So we know that they're going to ask some questions of us in that respect. We're looking forward to that, and we'll also have some ideas of how we can cause them problems. And I go back to it. We're Portsmouth Football Club, and our aim in every game is to get control and to get a rhythm and fluency in our performance, so that we can dominate and so that we can win. And we will go into every game with that ambition.
And with it obviously being the Easter weekend and having 2 games, I'm sure it will mess with the scheduling a little bit, but is that something that you really relish and look forward to?
Absolutely. It's my favourite weekend of the year because you get 2 games. It's probably the only weekend. Sometimes in August you get the bank holiday Monday game as well. But no, I particularly like Easter because you get the 2 games. You get some Easter eggs in between. Staff, not players, obviously. But yeah, no, it's a great weekend for us. Yeah, we'll be in throughout that process. So we'll play Friday. The boys will be back in recovering and reviewing the game on Saturday. And then Sunday will be a preparation and travel day, and then we'll head to Wigan on the Monday.
Yeah, and with Wigan, will you be keeping a keen eye on the game tonight between them and Gillingham?
Yeah. So Nicky and I will go to the game tonight. It's an early kick-off, which is nice for us. So I think maybe just an hour and a half down the road. So no, a really good opportunity to watch your opponent live. Whenever you can do that, you have to take that opportunity. So yeah, we'll be doing that this evening, and yeah, just pleased for Wigan actually. I know we're talking about Rochdale in this presser, but pleased for Wigan after what they've been through and what their supporters have been through in the last 12 months, to finally, have a new owner in place, hopefully a brighter future. Because what happened to them as a football club, I was at Huddersfield Town last year in a relegation battle. I took absolutely no pleasure in seeing what happened to them as a football club after having a real tough first half of the season. They'd had a brilliant second half, and then for them to be so cruelly relegated through the points deduction, I felt so much for their staff, their players, but particularly their supporters. No supporter should have to go through that, and the uncertainty that has followed since. So great for them that now they've got a new owner, and hopefully brighter future will happen in due course.
On a more positive note, we know that you and Nicky have been getting stuck in. I asked you last week how you've been settling in, and we saw on Twitter that even the kids have been converted to Blue Army members now as well.
Yes, so they've all got kits, so that's great. They're all really pleased that they've got full kits. Really appreciate the club to sort that on our behalf. But all 5 of them, so I think 4 of them are in the blue kit, and little Elsie, Nicky's daughter, who's pretty brand new, maybe 15 months, she's in the white kit. So no, it was great. It was great for them to get their kits. Isabella's actually got a non-school uniform today, so she's gone in her Portsmouth kit. So she's well excited about that.
Yeah, it's good to hear. And on a personal note, obviously now that you've had a taste of it, how much are you looking forward to being in the Fratton Park dugout again?
Oh, can't wait. It's a great weekend for us. 2 really important games. We wish the supporters would be with us. Unfortunately, they can't be. But we know that we have their unconditional support and their love, and we can really feel that actually, which is lovely to feel, because winning football matches is never an 11-man job. It always requires the energy and the focus and the support of the whole community. So no, we know that if we can perform well on Friday, then the people of Portsmouth's Easter eggs will certainly taste better over the weekend.